any clique that forms up in California has to pay homage to the prison system, and the way they do things over there is, you can get away with it as long as you on the street, but when you come inside, it's a different world in there.
Have you kicked it with any Latin kings from California?
I actually did speak to a couple of them. One of them used to come down here to visit, but we always thought he was like a I don't know, bro. We didn't really take him serious, but since he was in the feds and he did Fed time, we kind of attributed it to the feds. And I always thought that he was kind of exaggerating the numbers that were in California until we started seeing like some of these podcasters that got their own, they do the California gangs and they do the California thing, and they've been speaking about how big the nation is in well, not the nation, the Latin kings are in California.
Right, because like the politics in California, it's so much different, right? You got the LK13, the 13 for the Mexican mafia, and like there's like a debate about, oh, did the kings from Chicago really originally go over there and start it?
No, they did. That is a true story. It was two brothers that created the whole wave over there. Well, on one side, then it was another individual on the other side, because there's two different factions that started over there. You have the Pasadena Latin Kings, and then you have the actual the South Central Latin Kings. You know what I'm saying? Which are from the projects over there. They're supposedly the biggest projects in Southern California. And
Was
Latin
that
King,
the East LA ones?
yeah, those are the ones that supposedly Latin Kings have control of over there. So they are basically, you gotta understand, California politics is different from the rest of the things. So that's where there's a controversy. I mean, I'm not gonna get too much into it. You know what I'm saying? As far as I know, the ones that I've spoke to acknowledge me as a brother. I say DR to them. They say King Love. You know what I'm saying? So we keep it like that. I don't really get into politics because I'm not in a position to get into politics. As far as that's concerned, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, you're this, you're that, you're this and that." I'm not in that position to question anything. So I acknowledge them as a brother because they acknowledge me. The ones that have come out here, the ones I've talked to on the internet, the ones I've talked to, blah blah blah, they all connect back to this circle of individuals. So but like I said, California politics is different. Like even the bro, like I was talking to him, and he said that the reason is that they had no wins and they were all greenlit inside the penitentiary, so they were forced to take the 13 to acknowledge um the people that control the Mexican prisons over there, because that's
Right.
really who runs the prison over the Mexicans. So but the kings and the feds have a cool understanding with the norteños, and they also have an understanding with the sureños. So we get along with both sides. That's the only good benefit that we have. The sureños still look at us a little bit funny because we got black members in our car, we got white members in our car, we got Filipinos in our car. Um, the North Siders don't really judge that much as far as the color race barrier that's mixed in the car and the feds. It's a little bit different, like the federal thing. Like I said, I've never been there. I just talked to a lot of bros in there, but it's a different politics, bro. It's a whole different California's a whole different animal. I had a lot of brothers that did time out there in the feds and in different jails over there, and they was like, "Yo, bro, they let you rock, but you gotta go to the yard and you gotta program, you gotta follow their program, and you're not allowed to recruit." That's how they got it. You could be a king, be in the yard, but you gotta follow their program. As soon as they find out you're an out of state king, they let you rock. But if you are LA king, it's a little bit different. You
I
gotta for
hear it's more of an issue in prison because of the Serrano and Norteños thing, right? Because like they ride under the whole 6 point star.
no, no, that's false. Norteño, that's Chicago politics. You're talking about Chicago politics. California politics. See, the reason people confuse it a lot is because certain sets, like the Stones that started in LA, Bloods originated from Chicago. So they were riding under the five. But that's the only ones that were riding under the five. The rest of them is all LA bred, so they'd have nothing to do with the coalition. That coalition is a Chicago coalition, the
Got you.
five and six. So it's a different, it's different politics. Different politics.
Yeah, so it's like you said, like it's like a really complicated thing when it comes to the kings in California because of the different politics.
You gotta understand over there, it's a traditional thing that they follow a certain hierarchy, and they've got over 50 years established in the prison system over there. So for you to come in and try to change up a system that's already been established for over 50 years, is going to be a thing. And the beef with them is the norteños and the sureños is more because the norteños are more of the from the north. In the north, they used to call them like the cotton pickers, the grape pickers, the vineyard, they were the workers, and the ones from the south is from like South Los Angeles, that area. They're more, it's like the city and the burbs type thing, but over there is farmland. So it's a little bit different. They had their own politics, but they're both Mexican. But one's the north side of California, the other one's the south side of California. You know,
Right.
it's a different animal, but they don't fall under at all. Mexican politics does not follow none of that five, none of that six. Theirs is north and south. La M, they don't. It's got nothing to do with nothing. There's no. It's got nothing to do with it. It got nothing to do with the Kings. But remember that the Kings, any clique that forms up in California, has to pay homage to the prison system, and the way they do things over there is, you can get away with it as long as you want on the street, but when you come inside, it's a different world in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they got 50 years of control. So you got guys that been in there from, you know, who knows how long. So their word is dominant and law over everything. So they push their envelope as far as everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different animal, bro. Totally different animal.